His girlfriend won a lottery and broke up with him. Guess where she is now? Watch.
I just ran into my ex-girlfriend sleeping on the street. She's homeless. I'm so shell-shocked, you know. Blanche always had it together. She broke up with me because she won the lottery, believe it or not. She said I wasn't million-dollar material and that it was time for her to level up. So that's really kind of come back to bite her, ain't it? But anyway, she burned through that lottery money pretty quickly. She bought like a really nice Ferrari, as she said. That really added up quickly. And so this is where she finds herself, you know, just kind of on the street living.
You should be concerned about the loyalty of a woman that is yet to experience financial breakthrough. She will shock you beyond your imagination. Some of you are lucky to have experienced your woman's transformation and growth. You understand her general behavior towards money, but has she ever been the breadwinner at any point in your relationship? Huh? The expected result of that is usually mind-blowing, and it's often the case, so don't be surprised. Don't get me wrong, some women deserve empowerment, like they merit it, but how do you know she deserves it? And how was her behavior being the breadwinner?
And what I'm discovering, man, and this is not to take the conversation left, but
take it left, brother.
We're dealing with a generation of women who are not ready for the men who they told to go heal. Right? You told me to go heal. You told me to go get therapy, and now I'm back. And you're not ready to be accountable. That's a problem. You told me to heal. You said, Negro, you need therapy. You need to go get a mentor. You need to be around some brothers. I did all of that. And now you're not able to hold yourself accountable. Now we have a problem. Because now I've got to drag you when you once dragged me.
Where do we go from here, Dave?
Oh! Honk, babe, honk!
What the fuck is he doing?
He's sleeping, babe! Stop! He probably fell asleep or something.
What?
He's not paying attention. Stop honking him, you're causing trouble, honey. He probably just didn't think. He even crashed himself. We didn't do anything to him.
I know, I'm not saying we did.
Right when you know you're gonna hit someone, honey, you have to honk.
Well, I wasn't gonna hit him.
Stay strong, King. Oh gosh, stay strong, stay strong. I know, man, but they so worth it. They are so worth it. They beautiful. They were taken from the rib, baby. They part of us. They were taken from the rib. But I understand. Every man in a relationship saw that, and their blood pressure immediately spiked. They wasn't even involved, but the rage on the inside. See, that type right there, after something like that happened, you just drive the remainder of the ride in silence. The remainder of the ride, I am silent. I just want to get to the destination. And then all of a sudden, you're going to hear somebody ask you, what's wrong with you? Why are you not talking anymore? I'll run us into incoming traffic. I will swerve us off into incoming traffic. You know what's wrong with me? That's why I'm not talking. This man was coming into our lane. I saw this man coming into our lane. So I was going to honk, but you said honk. So I started honking. And then you tell me, don't honk. So I stopped honking. And you tell me I'm causing trouble. Oh, he wasn't thinking. Oh, you're going to make him crash. No, he almost crashed himself. And then you want to lecture me on what I should be doing as passenger princess over there. Want to tell me, who never drive, how I should be handling an almost wreck that wasn't an almost wreck because I saw this from the beginning. And now, shut up, bitch!
I like to watch my husband play video games most of the time. I'm not somebody who gets upset with him for playing. I do like to sit down and watch him play. However, there was this one time where I was watching him play and create characters and stuff, and he was creating a female character, which was already kind of a red flag to me because why are you as a man choosing a female character?
She went on to talk about how in video games, how female characters are always basically half naked without booty out, and why are the characters made for the male gaze and yada 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 and this, that, and the third, right? There's a couple points I want to touch on here. One, of course the women in video games are going to be tailored towards the male gaze because the majority of the gaming market is men. Duh, that's like most, if not all, makeup is tailored towards women because who buys all the makeup? You go to the mall, What are most of the clothing items and the clothing, like the promo in the stores, who's it tailored towards? Women, because women do all the shopping and such. But that's just one point I wanted to touch on. The other point is, the men in video games are also naked. Have you ever played Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Ninja Gaiden? Like, all these games, the dudes are also naked or in super skin tight clothes where you can see every ripple of their muscles and every ab they have. But here's the difference between men and women. When men see a super ripped, in shape dude in a video game, like you know, Ken or Ryu or Goku or they think, dang, that dude's ripped, I want to be like him. It inspires him. Women see a woman in a video game with a flat stomach, nice glutes, big thighs, and bigs, and think, why are they making it like that? That makes me feel insecure. You see the difference? I'm gonna say that again because I lost you. When men see a ripped dude in a video game who's super in shape, it inspires them to want to be like said character, right? Women see an in shape, peak shaped woman, and they're like, that makes me insecure. They shouldn't make games like that. We want realistic women bodies. Nobody wants to see a tummy in a video game. Like, I don't want my characters, the male characters in the game, to be fat either. You know how disappointed I would be if when Street Fighter 7 comes out, Ryu has a dad bod. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Y'all become more insecure by seeing other attractive women. Men see other in shape attractive men and want to be like them. It is not that deep. You will never see a man get online and complain about how in shape the men are in video games, or how in shape the men are described in the books y'all be reading. Like, no one cares except y'all, because y'all are insecure. But that's whatever.
I mean, it's not rocket science. Men playing games with females in them should let you know that men are still attracted to females. So when women ask, why aren't the men approaching? It's not because men aren't attracted. It's because women are a problem in society today. So when you have a modern woman coming around, they always have something to complain about. Kind of like you right here. And I understand where you're coming from, but when you're reading books and watching your TV shows, do you stop watching them because it's got a man in there? No. That man is more than likely going to be attractive to you and the vast majority of women that watch that show. That's why they watch the show. Is he ever going to be your husband? Probably not. But that's not going to stop you from watching shows like 90 Day Fiance or The Love is Blind, or whatever shows they have good looking fellas in or good looking men in. That's not going to stop you from watching it. That's the appeal of some of these shows. I was telling my wife the other day, the Food Network had Jesse Palmer, I think is what his name is. I think he might be an old NFL quarterback or something like that. But the point is, he was hosting these food shows, you know, just like the host of it. He wasn't really doing much of anything. He just, hey, how's it going? This is going to be your next challenge. But what they started doing when they were doing the tasting, because all of the focus needed to be on the judges would speak at length. But then they would put Jesse in there. Okay, let's taste it. And then they would go, okay, give us a piece. And then they would go, oh, looks good. Let's cut into it. So those little bits to keep Jesse in there, to keep the female audience, which I would venture to say, and I might be wrong, the majority audience on the Food Network is probably going to be women, just to keep them quote unquote engaged. Why are you not mad at the Food Network? Why are you not mad at ABC? Why are you not mad at Hulu and NBC and all these other major TV programs?
And I just want you to know, as soon as I hear the word female come out of your mouth when you're speaking about a human woman, nothing else you say will ever hold any weight or importance in my mind.
Yeah. I don't think you have to worry about that. You're safe.
Unpopular opinion. Most men wouldn't have a tough time communicating and dealing with their feelings and expressing their emotions if they were not dealing with gaslight goddesses. A gaslight goddess will literally convince you that your truth is and that her truth is reality. And you'll be sitting there so confused as to how this conversation got so far derailed to the left that you are now apologizing for that has absolutely nothing to do with what y'all were talking about. But baby, she has convinced you that your truth is 100%. Sis has literally rewrote history right in your face, and you don't even know what just happened. You trying to figure out, damn, is she right? Is she wrong? Is she telling the truth? Damn, did I forget? Is my memory up? Because it seems like your memory's up, because now you don't care about her and nothing that y'all been through together. That's why you don't remember these things. And now you apologizing, trying to fix this and trying to be like, damn, maybe she right. Maybe that is what happened. And the whole time she's not right. You are just dealing with a gaslight goddess.
If I worked 1 day a week, which I'm doing now, I would make more than you make in an entire week. You literally do nothing. You're so lazy. Your existence is worthless right now. It's absolutely worthless.
I want to make a suggestion.
The kitchen were dirty. Like, I don't understand. Did you give Lenny a bath today? Because he seemed to be wearing the same thing as last night. Surprise, surprise. Not surprise at all, actually.
Michal,
Did either of them eat anything that wasn't junk?
I need you to engage with me in a way, because we can't have you just keep repeating yourself. I really get it. But do you want some help in changing things?
Yeah, but I don't think that things are going to change by him just constantly saying, I disagree. I disagree. She doesn't see me. She doesn't see what I do. You know what? You want me to not see what you do? Stop doing everything, because you literally do nothing.
I think there's a Proverbs or something that says, even a fool, if he keeps his mouth shut, he'll look like he's pretty smart. And that's looking like what the case is right now.
And so what I realize is that women actually want men to be slaves. They actually want men to be their personal slaves. She uses that as a manipulation tool to try to get that man to do whatever she wants him to do. Well, here's the problem. Women don't live in reality. A lot of women are very, very, very delusional. And so they have these ideas about men in their head, what they want these men to be. It's like they got a movie and they have a cast, and there's a role for this knight in shining armor that's going to sweep her off her feet and worship her and only her for eternity. His eyes see nobody else but her. His phallus sees nobody else but her. And so she wants that man. She finds a man that she likes. She creates this picture. She's driven by sex, and she wants to trap that man to worship her for eternity. And if he does not play to every single thing that she has in her mind, she wants to blow up the world. She wants to set off a detonator to destroy everything around her if things don't go exactly her way. And so what I come to realize is that a lot of men are struggling, trying to placate to the delusions of women. Not only are they struggling trying to placate to the delusions of women, they are still struggling trying to control just their own biological urges and their neurological messages that are going. There's a lot of things that are going on with men, right? And because women ultimately don't care. Women don't care. Women say they like men. Women say they want men. But I've come to discover that women don't like men. And the only reason that they're dealing with men is because they have this addiction to sex and power.
She is not withholding sex from you. I am a divorced woman. I will tell you why the sex has stopped. You remind her too much of her small children. All day long, she's at home, can barely take a shower, brush her teeth, or take it in peace without somebody screaming and crying. And you know what's interrupting her? A child having a tantrum because his Cheerios fell on the floor, or he can't find his Nerf gun, or he put his shirt on inside out and he doesn't understand how to fix it. The world is going to end right now. And so this kid is having a fit. And as a loving mother, she's happy to be there and support him. But when your ugly, smelly, disgusting ass comes home from work and does the exact same that the 4-year-old little boy was doing all day, sir.
Oh my God. I am so sorry that adulting is so hard for you. You had to spend your whole day at home with small children. Oh my God. How do you do it? How do you do it?
Because happy women ain't in the streets like that. Happy women don't even post on the internet like that. We know y'all tricks. You're not fooling us men. We know if she start back posting half naked pictures, she back single again and she trying to make her ex mad. If she start posting vacations and random turn-ups and cocktail hours, she want to make her ex jealous. If she start posting gym progress photos and random targets runs, she want to let her ex know that she's focusing on herself. If she start posting life quotes, she want to let her ex know that she's healed, sealed, and delivered. And oh yeah, the booty pic is not the thirst trap. The real thirst trap is her selfie photo. We know.
Why does Paul say that men are the glory of God and women are the glory of man? Does that mean that men are somehow better than women or closer to God? Welcome back to my series, Those Verses, where we talk about the verses nobody really wants to talk about, the ones that seemingly degrade women. Okay, so why does Paul say that men are the glory of God while women are the glory of man? Paul is referencing Genesis and the created order and the distinction between men and women. But you cannot make the mistake of assuming that the created order is an order of value. This is the mistake that people make when they say from these verses that men are closer to God. That's making the mistake of assuming that the created order is an order of value. It's not. It's simply an order of design. Male and female represents and embodies different things. Men embody God's posture towards us, while women embody humanity's posture towards God. It's not a one is better than the other situation. It is simply a matter of distinction and design. Men are associated with transcendence, whereas women are associated with immanence. It's what we embody, what we image. This is what Paul is referring to, the created order, our design, how we image God, not an order of value.
A car can't usually drive without a transmission, and the same goes for the car without the engine, right? So you're usually you're going to need both the engine and the transmission. So the man might be the engine, you might be the transmission. Both are important, they just have different roles. A lot of times, and what the issue is with modern women is they're trying to become the engine with men and saying, we need a transmission. No, I want to be the engine. All right, I'll be the transmission. Now, being the engine is too hard. Why don't you come over here and get back on this and be the engine? Okay, I'll get back over there and be the engine. Now, who's going to be the transmission? Because I still want to be the engine. I just want you to assist me in being the engine. Well, I can't do both at the same time. I need to be either or, and you need to be either or. Well, you ain't a real man. You ain't a real engine. You don't know how an engine functions. I know from being in other cars, bingo. That's what the problem is. You're sitting around here floating from car to car, and you shouldn't have been in that many. You don't understand how a car works because you hadn't been in one long enough. You've been in one for maybe a few months. Oh, I don't like this one. And they put you in another one. Oh, I don't like this one. Put you in another one. In the same way, you go from one man to another one, thinking that you know everything. And then you come to a real man that's stable. And that man tells you that's not how this car is going to run. You're going to play your part, and I'm going to play mine. Well, you ain't masculine. I'm pretty masculine. And I also know how a relationship works. And you're not going to gaslight me and tell me I don't know what I'm doing. Because I do, in fact. Now, I ain't right every time. But I'm pretty good at knowing what to do.
The beauty of dating in New York City is that you get to meet so many unique women. You just never know if she'll be liberal or slightly more liberal. And who could ever guess where her butterfly tattoo will be? It's always shocking when I hear what part of Connecticut she grew up in and what part of Miami she just got back from. Not to mention, they all have such distinct tastes when it comes to top shelf liquor and vape flavors because they're such wild cards. Whether her last boyfriend was a narcissist or an egomaniac is always news to me. But despite their stark differences, one thing they can always agree on is that if something does happen at the end of the night, they usually never do this.
Women only want to be your main girl if you actually treat them like a side girl. How would you treat the side girl okay, or this woman on the side, you're probably not frequent with communication. The conversation is short. Maybe your text message just says, hey, want to come watch a movie instead of, let me take you out to dinner. Like, the more you act like, oh, you know, I really see a future with you and I really see there's potential here, the less they like you. Anytime that you view a woman as like your main woman that you would want to be with and that you see a future with, rest assured she doesn't want to see a future with you. This is just how it goes. Now, the funny thing is, as soon as you basically don't take any of the conversations or any of the interactions very seriously, now all of a sudden they essentially want to be your wife. What you'll learn about female nature is it is opposite to your logic. It is completely opposite to your logic. However your brain will tell you to logically do something, I would advise you to basically just do the exact opposite, because that's what probably will give you the best result. What I need you to do is take that next step. You need to learn, understand, and master the language of women. I specifically made this process for you. It's in my bio. It's in my description. You can go and check it out. I made this for you. Go and check that out. I made this for one reason. I want you to be able to have the skill set. Yes, you heard that right. The skill set to attract the woman you genuinely want to attract without her pulling away and leaving you heartbroken, without her losing interest in you and losing interest in the relationship. That way, the woman that you really love, the woman that you really want to be with, you actually know how to retain the interest level in the relationship. That is so important. That is why I made this. I have the best process, the best system that you can just copy paste into your dating life and go and use that. Go and check that out. Go and do this right now.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen someone do out of revenge?
Oof. I saw a woman who actually created a checklist of all of the guys who he was friends with she was going to sleep with. Yeah, and it was like 2 or 3 of his best college friends, one of his coworkers. It was like he was on a softball team. It was like the guy was captain of the team. It was somebody from his fantasy football league. And she just like legit made like an Excel spreadsheet. And she was like, I'm gonna bang every one of these guys. Like just to show him, just to like ruin his entire, like he'll never be able to look at these guys ever again the same way. Yeah, and she made it through the list. She made it well through the list. I mean, I applaud her tenacity in that regard, but it was a real commitment to revenge. I tend to say to people, like, you're going to go out for revenge, start by digging 2 graves. Like, because revenge is like reaching into hot coals to throw them at the other person. Like, you may or may not hit them, you're going to burn the shit out of yourself.
Make it mandatory for women's body counts to be tattooed on them.
Oh my God. Make it mandatory?
No, stay with me here. It's a huge epidemic right now.
Excuse me, that is so like disrespectful. And
McCain, ask Jennifer how many tattoos she would have.
Jennifer, how many tattoos would you have? This can also help us adjust women's rights based on number of bodies.
Oh my God, I forgot we wrote this.
0 bodies, all normal rights. 1 body can't buy alcohol just so they don't make another bad decision. 5 bodies can no longer vote. 1 body. Hold on. 10 bodies must legally register as a train station on IDs.
okay, now you're really pulling out change.
I'm all for that. I think it's a great idea.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of women will scream that communication is the key until they get mad. Now all of a sudden silence is the strategy. They will ignore the absolute out of you as soon as you do something that they don't like or move in a way that they don't agree with. Now all of a sudden you practicing avoidance. But you scream how communication is the key to a successful relationship until it's your turn to communicate. But I digress.
And this is for the men, specifically the black men. We are getting so tired of y'all publicly bashing us, okay? It's a difference between correcting a black woman and bashing.
Hey guys, So if I say stop sucking so many D's, would that be considered critiquing or bashing? The real issue is no matter what we say, he'll take it personal. The truth hurts, and y'all really don't like the sting. Yeah, there's definitely dudes out there that say negative things to insult. Y'all do the same thing, but let's not get into that.
This is their form of rejection. Not a lot of women get rejected because they don't approach. But when you tell a woman, this is what you need to be doing, in order to correct your behavior, now they can't understand. And when a man says, hey, just apologize, I can't do it, I'm too wrapped up in my emotions, this is their rejection, so to speak.
Hard truth to swallow. Watch the video all the way through. Let me know what you think. Let's go.
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
Talk to him.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying because we are incubators and they are whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
Was she speaking facts? Yes or no?
Mom, you looking sexy and beautiful. Thank you.
Jail. Yep, jail. Because there should be no reason that this is happening in that manner. You know, there'd be people that come on social media and say that they were groomed, right? And they'd be like 40 years old. But this is what grooming really looks like. Because there's no way you want me to believe that young man formulated that sentence on his own. He was told to do that. That's what I believe. He was told to walk into the camera and say this in that manner. The camera's set up perfectly. She's fully dressed. He walks in and says the line perfect. Nah, bro. She told him to say that. And it's weird, very weird. Sexy? Nah. With a kiss to the abdomen? Nah. So there's no way you want me to believe he did that on his own. Nope. I refuse to believe it. And we don't call these type of women out enough for being weird, especially with their young sons. What happened to the polite, mom, you look nice. You're beautiful today. That's fine. Sexy is crazy. The kiss to the abdomen game is wild. And yeah, I wonder why a lot of these young men are so overly freaked out. This is how it starts. Their vocabulary starts to train their brain to interact with women in a certain way. I can almost assure you he's going to take that same interaction he had with his mom and go out into the world and redistribute it. And that's just going to get him in a lot of trouble. That is grown folks talk. He is way too young to be speaking like that, let alone to a grown woman. Allow that kind of verbiage or leave that kind of verbiage for the adults. And the fact that she even validated with that fake ass laugh, boy, I tell you, some of our young men are doomed. But you know what? Unfortunately, she ain't gonna listen to shit I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. You gotta keep the change.
So I literally just made a video about this generation having the worst dating pool. But I think singularly, I think men with no kids, we have the worst dating pool. And I don't think we never gonna find our person. It's because everybody out here got kids. It's too many women. It's too many baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Like, my standard is I dead ass never take a woman with kids seriously. I'll kick it with you, but like I can't see myself take care of another man's family, bro. I want my own. You know what I'm saying? So then like I used to be like, damn, like who that is? Ooh. But now I'm thinking like, bro, I bet you she got a kid. Like I bet you she got a baby daddy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So then you got some of these baby, I can't talk. You got some of these baby mamas now. They want you to take care of them. Like I literally had a bitch with 2 kids, 23 years old. Yeah, can you feed me? I'm hurting. Ooh, I live with my parents. Like, why you got two baby daddies, gang? Why are you asking me? You know what I'm saying? So we dead ass have the worst dating pool. And I think we will never ever find our person, bro. Sadly. It's sad.
This is how femininity looks and how it sounds.
You like banana, right?
So beautiful.
What do you want, baby? So pineapple, mango, and papaya or strawberry. Do you like papaya?
Yes. It's so beautiful.
You're so cute. You always recording me.
I know. The light's too bright. Just like your smile.
Oh my god. Pick one, babe. Papaya or strawberry?
Say it in Spanish.
Papaya or fresas?
Oh. I know every man who watched that was smiling. A woman with a soft voice can heal a man after a long day of work. Women don't understand. If you're feminine, you have power. A man will go above and beyond to make sure you are pleased. Ungrateful, miserable women, aka boogables, will look at this video and find ways to say she's a pick-me. But men, I encourage you to make sure you stay on your purpose so when you do come across a woman like this, you can provide and she can complement your life as well. And for all the women who tapped into their femininity, understand this. And for those who don't, I'm going to ask you one simple question. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
You know, I really do like the comment that he made about the soft voice. That's an element of femininity that I don't think a lot of modern women use. And when they do use it, they use it as a manipulation tactic. They're not really trying to, and I hesitate to say it like this, they're not trying to bow themselves to the man. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, if the man is, say for instance, the man is coming to bring her something, right? I'm coming to bring you something, or let me say this, I'm coming to open the door for you. I'm going to do it very graciously. Maybe I pull out your seat for you. I'm going to do it very graciously. You're going to in turn say, hopefully, thank you, you're welcome. It's very, it's a back and forth. It's very easy. It's very light. And this is what this interaction is that he's pointing out. If I open the door for you, it's like a dance. Everything goes in its place, right? It's how men and women are supposed to interact, right? That doesn't mean that there are not going to be any important conversations. It's just this. Somebody sent me something the other day about different parts of marriage. You have the business side of it, you have the romantic side, and then you have the friendship side. Too many times men get caught in the business side of it, and not even the friendship side. you just get caught in the business side, right? You're not really, the woman don't really want to be friends with you, and she don't want to be romantic with you. But this is what a lot of men want. They want a woman to be romantic with. I want to talk to her softly, and I want her to talk to me softly. I want to play around with her and mess around with her, and I want her to do the same with me. You know, just joking, laughing, chilling out, relaxing. That's what I'm looking for. When we talk about peace, this is the environment that we're talking about.
What you're telling me is, if a man doesn't pay for your entire living situation, you're not going to be submissive. Oh, well, that's a part of it. I'm just saying, if he doesn't take care of you financially, then you can't be submissive to that man.
Well, how could I? If I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for, I have to rob Peter to pay to, what's the thing? I have to just.
Do you see this illogical conversation, right?
It really sounds crazy.
So you're telling me you can't submit to a man if he doesn't pay for everything? So you can't respect your man and listen to your man if he's not paying for everything?
This generation's cooked.
To all the stay-at-home moms, I feel like you're lying.
He goes on to explain how easy it is to be a stay-at-home dad. And hear me out, because some of y'all are going to take offense to what I'm about to say. I've been a stay-at-home dad. I've been a single dad for many, many years. I homeschooled my daughter for 8 years. I've worked, come home, taken care of my daughter. And let me tell y'all something, man. It's easy. My daughter's 11. It's not hard. It is the easier job. That's why we gave it to them. It's not going out into the world and hunting. It's not going out into the world and building bridges. It's not going out into the world and doing hard work. It's not hard. I'm telling you, man. Most of the women in the comments were like, oh, it's one kid. But the whole thing is that you don't get any breaks. We like doing it because we have a sense of duty behind it. It's enjoyable for men to see their children get raised up. Why is it enjoyable for you? That's what you need to ask yourself. You don't enjoy it. You feel like you need a constant break because you're the weaker vessel. It's not hard. Raising up children is extremely easy. Enjoy that.
Women, get out of here with this notion that we are oppressed. We are not oppressed. I just seen this meme that said we need feminism because men's rights don't vary by state like women's do. So with this delusion, do y'all realize that there are actually some privileges that we have that men don't have? And this one's about to sing, but someone's got to say it. Do you know a man has 0 reproductive rights like you do, like I do? Once that man's DNA leaves his body, he has no say-so. He can't choose adoption. He can't choose abortion. He can't choose to walk away. But guess what? You can. And remember, I've said this before, it's all about equality until that accountability shows up. Paternity fraud laws are different in each state. Did you know that safe haven laws in all 50 states protect women? A woman can surrender a baby. A man can't. Sounds like a legal right that women have that men don't.
Any other girls get offended when ugly men try to approach you? I'm saying that with my full chest.
I'm telling you this as a man who's been played out, as a man who's had a woman he loves look him dead in the eyes and lie to him when he had the receipts. I'm telling you this as a man who's opened up to a woman and then she lost feelings afterwards. Do not allow yourself to lose hope that there are good women out here. Do not buy into the internet narrative, the rage bait content to try and convince you otherwise. The reason you always see negative stuff on the internet about dating is because that's the stuff that goes viral. That's why I put that clip first before I said this, because I knew it would get me more views. The people that are in those healthy relationships, though, they just don't post about it on the internet. That's why you don't hear about it. I'm telling you, there are lots of faithful, kind, compassionate, patient women out there. I'm not saying they're perfect, but there's plenty of women who just want a good man and they want to have a loving relationship and they don't want to be a part of any of that garbage either. Don't allow yourself to be psyoped. Your future wife is out there and she's wonderful.
The disgust you feel when a man asks you for money is the same disgust that man feels when you ask him for money. Battle of the disgusted. Disguster meets disgustee. Base. Disguster meets what? Meets disgustee. Because if your hand is gender-based when it concerns giving, your hand too should be gender-based when it concerns collecting. Nobody deserves more than anybody. Nobody deserves more than equality. When it concerns giving, you run. Where are you running to? Mufasa, where are you running? Who is chasing you? Why are you running? If we're fighting for something, let's fight for it equal. Divide it equal. That's how life meant to be. No, everyone is wanting to get more than the other person. So whose own will reduce for the other person's own to increase? Whose own? Now my own? Now my own? You see? So, do you understand what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? Don't take my words out of context. Do you understand what I mean? Anyways, I'm a very peaceful person. I really don't find trouble and all that. And I'm sure you find this video triggering. Thank you. Do you understand? If you don't understand, ask your question no. Thank you.
Listen, most men feel like this. Once you put us on child support, then all the money can come from that system. You heard? You can take it from child support, get it from child support. And the reason a lot of men feel this way is because child support isn't just about the money. It's a war against our freedom. This comes after our paycheck, our driver's license, even our passport. And on top of that, they restrict access to our kids while trapping you inside a system that makes it harder for the father. So yeah, you damn right. Most men think, since you put me on child support, instead of working it out with me, you could get all the money from there. Get it from child support. But here's what most don't realize. When that payment is made, the child isn't even being fully supported. The state takes a bigger chunk before the mother even sees $1. This means child support isn't really about child support, is it? It's state support, really. If you want to keep it real, and only what's left trickles down to the kids, so the kids get the leftovers after the state take their cut. When people yell, take care of your kids, take care of your kid and pay your child support, it actually sounds backwards. What they really saying is take care of the state first and take care of your kids second. In reality, if you worked out arrangements directly with the father, you actually could get more. When he pays directly, the child gets supported, not the state. But by going through the system, the biggest winner is the government, not your household. Your household ain't winning. So what's the point of going on child support? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why so many fathers feel defeated by this system. They see our hard-earned money just vanish while the kids still lacking what they need. And that's the ugly truth nobody wants to admit. Child support doesn't empower families. It funds the state. So keep putting fathers on child support thinking you're doing something. But all you're really doing is helping the government eat while the kids come second. So fathers, if you're ready to fight back and put an end to this, then I got a bundle that's going to help you get your child support case dismissed. It comes with a Zoom video. It comes with all the templates you're going to need. This is everything you're going to need right here. So if you're ready to fight back and take control and stop getting that money taken out of your check, then Go ahead and get this product, and this is not for you deadbeats at all, because y'all already not paying, so I know y'all not about to
pay for this. Ultimate Removal Guide is going to actually show you how to get your case dropped.
And a lot of these modern women don't know the full extent of the system, what they can do, what they can influence, but they do know they have some influence somewhere indirectly. And so that's why you'll see them use tears, or they'll try to flip somebody in your family to maybe come and testify against you. They'll use whatever tactic they need to in order to extract resources from you, and then they'll post it online or throw it in your face, right? So this is the type of stuff that modern women get into, especially during things like divorce, child support, paternity, DNA test, all that stuff. They don't care.
It's called a third date run-in. So I'll get randomly contacted. This happened about a week ago, where a guy will tell me, hey, I met this great girl on a dating app. I can tell she still has some walls up. I need you to do a run-in. So
what does this mean?
A run-in it's a very popular service, and believe it or not, people still can't tell when I'm doing it for real. So I'll give you the example of this client like a week ago. He was at a restaurant in Upper East Side, and I run into him, and I'm like, Robert? Oh my God, it's been... how long has it been since we've seen each other? You look amazing. You grew a beard and everything since I've seen.
No way.
Have you been like working out? And then I turn to the girl and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm being so rude. I just haven't seen him in so long, and he is the greatest. And I say hi to her, and I'm really nice. And then I always leave with saying like, hey, we have got to catch up. So just call me this week, and you guys have fun tonight.
I don't know. Maybe I'm slow. Somebody help me out. What would be the reason that a man would purchase a service like this? Ultimately, what happens after she comes in and does this run-in? What do you expect your date to say after that? Are you trying to see if she's jealous? Are you trying to gauge how far you can push her? I don't know. It's just blowing my mind that a man would actually have another woman and pay for this woman to come intervene in his date. For what? Respectfully, of course. No.
Instead of building trust, he's getting another woman to build it in there for him. Basically, oh, this other woman knows him. Somebody knows him. It could have been a dude, to be honest with you. Honestly, if you wanted to really hack the system, you'd get an old woman, a group of old ladies, to be honest with you, a teacher, preferably from your high school or something like that, somebody older that taught you in school or whatever, and you say, hey, come in and say a good word for me. You know, oh, I've known him since a young tyke. You know, he was a little knucklehead back then, but he's really grown up to be a strapping young man. That's it. That's essentially what you do. Oh, wow, yeah. And so it doesn't mean that you're going to go further after that date, but it, in her mind, the way that it's working, what he's trying to do is get her to kind of, like they said, let down your walls. You know, I can see that you don't really trust me. You're kind of trying to fill out if I'm a good guy or not. So if somebody says, yeah, this is a good guy, then you say, okay, I guess I can trust him. I can tell him this information, yada, yada, yada. And I know there's people in the comments talking about, well, what if he's a dirt bag and you just vouched for a dirt bag, yada, yada, yada. I get where you're coming from, and I don't agree with that. But I also don't agree with y'all vouching for y'all's dirtbag girlfriends. Oh, I know plenty of women. They're 20 out of 10. Women I don't even know. I step out my house and beautiful women, educated women, women that exfoliate, women that do their makeup, women that got it going on. They have the career, they have the education, yada, yada, yada. Any man would be lucky, but I don't see any attractive men. Women have said exactly that. So what y'all are doing is social proofing. Y'all are validating somebody that you don't even know based off of their looks. But when a man does it, when a man plays that game, then all of a sudden it's, what if he's a dirtbag?
I've received such an outpouring of love from black men. I've never had that happen to me before. Yeah. Like, I've never had black men praise me in that way
Sure, we gotta wrap up.
for correcting myself. There was a clip you posted recently where you were talking, And you just had to have me in there. I was rocking. You could tell from my body language, I wasn't listening. I was ready to just attack and go in on it. And so I commented on it, and I was just like, I was not being receptive to it. And I bring it up because I was so appreciative of the men who commented and were saying thank you for knowing that you were not being receptive. Now some of the men, I guess you didn't see my comment, because you was eating me up, but whatever. But they were just saying it is huge for you to be that introspective, to understand that you're not receiving what's being said to you, and to, pull yourself out and call yourself out. So I say that to say, men are waiting for us to take back our power.
Yes.
They need us to understand who we are, and that sometimes we're the problem in those situations. And once they can see that we understand it and can reflect on it, they're ready with the praise.
Women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time. I would argue in relationships, it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl. And what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore. These hoes. He doesn't get youth anymore. So he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid. So he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her. And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kid. And she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of F it, because women aren't wives nowadays. And what do they get out of it?
But
men are logical. They're logical people. And so they're thinking, does the benefit outweigh the cost? And I just think as women, we have to look at ourselves and say, the benefits we bring nowadays don't outweigh the cost for most men.
All these women ain't hoes, bro. And a lot of times it's hard for men to decipher what's the difference between a housewife, because a lot of times they wear the same uniform. So ladies, if you could do us a favor and try to separate yourself from the whole, because if you got on bushy eyelashes, she got on bushy eyelashes, you got on long ass fingernails, she got on long ass fingernails, you got tons of plastic surgery, she got tons of plastic surgery. It's hard for us to tell who's the hoe and who's the wife. You smell what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of good women out here. And a lot of the men are treating us like wives and treating the wives like hoes. We all backwards. So do us a favor and find ways to stick out from the hoe. And ladies, I know sometimes it may seem like you think that's getting all the attention. Sexual attention is one thing. Getting a man is another. Y'all are looking for husbands. It's way different. So yeah, half the time we don't be interested in them girls. They just have butt naked on the Instagram. That's why we liked it. And bros, we got to take some accountability too, because we got to start getting into some of these women mental before we get into some of these women's bedrooms. You dig what I'm saying? Find out who she is, what's her dreams, her goals, her aspirations, her plans for the future. So you know if she is for recreational use only, or if she is a viable candidate to become a wife. Need to start asking her to read out loud before we decide to sleep with her. Ask her what 11 minus 9 is. What's 9 times 3? If she can't pass a certain IQ test, we ain't got no business putting our high vibrational, motivational, inspirational penis inside of her. Some of these women don't deserve the dick that we give them, gentlemen. Yeah, we got to start being bougier with our dick. But before you lay with her, pray with her. And that'll let you know if you can stay with her. That ugly money. Interesting people to come on my podcast. I need some interesting people to come on my show. You got a story to tell. You got a product to promote. You got an album releasing or a single. Hey man, come on the Ugly Money Podcast. One of the biggest podcast platforms in the Southeast. It's bigger than radio. I do more views than TV. You definitely want to tap in. Just DM me the word interview. £, interview. Don't come broke. No, you know what I'm saying? Let's go viral. It's like this clip right here that you just seen. Yeah. See? It could have been you. He was playing. He about a 3.5 a mid. Capping like his gas. Dumbass.